All right, today we've got Nhu Nguyen. Hey, Nhu, how you doing?
Good, Chris. How are you?
Excellent. So give us a little intro on yourself.
My name is Nhu Nguyen. I'm a mechanic at Pfaff Tuning. I've been working on Porsches for the last 7 years with a specialty in the air-cooled Porsches.
So what was the catalyst to you getting into auto mechanics?
I was in a position where I had to find a new job. I was at a place I wasn't happy with. And I had tried a bunch of different jobs throughout my life, but auto mechanics was something that I wanted to do leaving high school. And it was just something that was unrealized in my life. I finally decided to just take the leap. I found a shop that would take me in and teach me, and was registered an apprentice, went back to school for it. Like 7 years later, here I am.
And so what was the draw to Porsche? Why Porsche?
uh, Porsche, because I was in the right place at the right time. Before I started working on Porsches in 2013, I didn't know anything about Porsches. And I didn't have even an appreciation for them. But the dealership in Oakville had just they hadn't even opened yet. They were hiring all bodies, and they were, I mean, they had built their facilities with the female tech in mind. They were extremely progressive. So they had heard from my friend that of a female apprentice. They gave me an interview. I interviewed well, and I was there for almost 7 years.
So what do you love about it?
I love the work. I love the product that I work on. I love what I get to do, especially focusing on the classics. I really get to get in there and fix things. I love the people I've worked with. I love the people I've met. It's been an overall amazing experience working on, being a mechanic, working on Porsches.
So you have an active Instagram account. That's one of the things that I really admire about you. You every single day you're posting these amazing photos of these beautiful cars and the insides of them and the outsides. So why don't we take a look at your Instagram account and go through a few of your photos, and you can tell us about what's going on in each photo. So tell us what's going on in this photo.
I'm at work here at Pfaff Tuning inspecting a 993 turbo for oil leaks.
So how is the work different working in tuning versus at a dealership?
Most notably, the biggest difference is the lack of warranty work. Outside of that, we get tuning. We get clients in that are looking to upgrade their cars, do some aftermarket fun stuff. I think that would be the biggest difference.
So what's going on in this photo?
This is the celebration dinner last November for my Porsche Classic certification.
So tell us about the certification.
Let's see, I can't remember how many years ago, but Porsche developed a discipline for the air cools for classics, and it entailed 6 courses through the different components of the vehicle: engine, fuel management, chassis, diagnostics, services, and transmissions. So you go to training, and at the end there was a theory and practical exam. Nerve-wracking. It was really hard, but really good.
And is there something special about your certification in particular? You're
Uh,
the first.
I'm the first woman to be Porsche Classic certified in the world, as far as I know.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, just being first class in North America, period, was leaves me speechless. But to be the first woman is something else altogether.
So tell us what's going on in this photo.
This is race time. When you work on Porsches, you get to go to races. I've worked with several Porsche race teams, cup teams, and this was the dealership I was working at. Porsche Centre Oakville had partnered with Sports Car Boutique, and this is the GT3 Cup at Mosport.
How about this one?
This was my first year working with the race team. This was Allegra when they had first partnered with Porsche Centre Oakville, working on Daniel Morad's Cup car, which awesome experiences.
So tell us about what it's like working at the race track.
Oh man, it is electrifying. The sounds, the smells, the air of the track is unreal. It's electric. I don't know how to describe it. I love it.
So what's this photo? It looks like an ad in Province magazine for the restoration project.
Yes, this is an 87 944 turbo that I restored as part of a competition by Porsche Canada for Porsche Centre Oakville. This was our competitor.
Right on. Who's that in the right-hand seat?
That's Jacob from 911% on Instagram.
Nice. Jacob was one of our speakers at the PCA UCR virtual social recently. Great guy.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Very great guy.
Here's another shot of that car.
Yes, this was after completion and just her first beauty shots.
And who's this good-looking fella?
This is Mark Owen, the president of Porsche Canada. I got to take him around the Tremblant track in that 944 turbo we all went after the GT3 Cup that year, the Porsche golf tournament, and the classic restoration competition finale was all at Tremblant last year, and this was what I got to do. It was a parade lap.
Must have been quite the experience having the president of Porsche Canada in your car.
It was unreal. He was asking me questions. I was driving around the track. It's a parade lap. There's I can't remember his name. There's a race car driver in front of me and press, and it was nerve-wracking. It was amazing though.
So what's going on in this photo?
This is my first RWB build. RWB, for those who don't know, are air-cooled Porsches that have been touched by Akira Nakai. He is famous for these wide body kits. They do idler races in Japan, and now he's built cars all around the world, pretty much.
And what's going on here?
This is my second RWB build in Sacramento. Just helping Nakai-san put some interior trim together. Well, they're all treated differently. They're individually because each build is for each individual owner. And I just had happened to make friends with a bunch of owners at the time that were getting their cars built. So my friend Newton invited me out, and I helped just Nakai-san put the car back together. I honestly, in comparison to Nakai-san, I'm not really doing anything, but it's really nice to just kind of get in there and wrench with him. It's kind of awesome.
What's it like?
It's a wild party where, you get to work on a classic Porsche. It's a really cool experience. And there's like no sleep. Everyone's just hanging out, and it's a lot of fun.
How long do they take?
993s is his fastest. I think he does that in 18 hours.
So what's going on here?
This is the Porsche Ice Driving experience, formerly known as Camp 4. Every year, Porsche holds a program that is available to anyone. You go in, you are put up in a fancy spa resort, and during the days, you go and throw around Porsches sideways into snowbanks.
A little drifting.
Just a little bit drifting, slaloms, rally flicks, all the fun stuff.
Nice. Sounds like a great way to learn how to drive in adverse conditions.
Exactly.
What's going on here?
This, let's see, 2 years ago, my son's teacher had me come in and speak to his class. This was the first time that I went and spoke to his school. They were learning women's suffrage, and they had me come in and just speak about my experiences as a woman in the trade. And they were great. One boy asked me about like wage disparity and stuff. It was a really good group of kids.
So are there a lot of female mechanics?
There's a fair number. I see a lot out there. I wish there were more, but there are a fair number. Instagram has afforded me the opportunity to meet and find a lot of women in the trades. And
so what could the trades do to better facilitate, better encourage and attract women into the trades?
The work in and of itself, I think, is fairly attractive. I mean, the automotive industry didn't have to do anything to make the position more attractive to myself. I wanted to do it. And my experience has been an incredibly supportive one throughout the community. So I think that's what what we just need to see more of, just the support that I've been afforded.
And what's happening in this photo?
This is, I've been spending some time at Incan Iron, which is a body shop owned by my friend Hillary. It's an all-female shop. I'm spending some time there helping them on the mechanical side and learning welding and fabrication, just starting. So this is the group from Incan Iron. Hillary is on the left, the owner, and there's Kim, Emily, and Tegan. They all work out of Incan Iron. And Kitty, that's their guard dog, the Great Dane.
Nice. So that's a 911 engine behind you, I think.
It is.
Can we see it closer?
Sure.
That's one of the models that you put together yourself?
Yes, that is. This is my flat six. Love this thing, little details. I don't know how well you can see, but you've got like lifters and rockers and valves and ignition wires and just all the little details. And when you turn it on, I'm going to turn it on. I hope it's got batteries.
Cool.
Oh no. There it is. My belt was. There are lights. I don't know if you can see it. No.
Yeah, nice. See the cylinders going in and out.
Profit in the proper timing, firing order.
You certify its accuracy?
I do. Absolutely.
So that's your Instagram. Fun stuff. So just wanted to get a few final thoughts. So you've got $1 billion. What's the first Porsche in your garage?
The first Porsche would be the 550 Spider. I loved that one before I even loved Porsche, before I knew anything about the brand. So that would be it. But it wouldn't go in my garage. It would be like place of pride in my living room or something on a turnstile.
So now you've got to spend your own money. Let's give you $100,000. What do you get?
Ooh, if I had $100,000, I would probably get myself a G-body. Find myself like a 3.3, 3.6, throw it in there. I would build myself a nice air-cooled, probably pretty outlaw.
So what do you like about classic Porsches versus the more modern Porsches?
I love the mechanical aspect of them. I like, as a mechanic, getting in there and really, taking it apart and fixing it. That for me is the best part of and the biggest difference between the classics and the newer Porsches.
What's the most beautiful Porsche engine and why?
For me, the most beautiful Porsche engine is the one that you've just rebuilt before you put all of the air and fuel plumbing on top of it. That just covers up all of the beautiful work that you've done. Although with the independent throttle bodies, you do get to see a lot more of those, so I really appreciate those.
So I think you just answered the question, but are you more of a purist or more of an outlaw?
I'm more of an outlaw. I'm more of a realist, and as it's just not realistic for the regular person to be a true purist for their Porsche and actually be able to appreciate it and to drive it the way it's meant to be driven. So I'm an outlaw, definitely. I mean, I love it in its pure form, but I don't think that you can truly appreciate the machine that it actually is when you have to be gentle with it like that.
So any final thoughts for the PCA UCR community?
Absolutely. So in my apprenticeship, my final year, the club awarded me a grant, $1,000 grant, which came as a complete surprise and came at a time when it was much needed. So I just wanted to thank the club again, that it made a big difference.
Well, thank you so much, Nhu, for joining us today and walking us through some of your experiences. Really appreciate it. Also appreciate everything you do for the community on a mechanical perspective, but also just bringing some of those beautiful images and all of your passion through your Instagram account and through your stories and experience. So really appreciate it, and thanks for joining us.
No, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thanks, Chris.
Cheers.